I just got an immigration case approved in 9 days. 9 days. That's my new record. This was a case that was stuck at a U.S. consulate abroad. The client was told that the visa couldn't be issued because it was in administrative processing. There was a long, frustrating delay. Maybe you know what I'm talking about. Maybe you have the same situation. The client hired me. The visa was issued 9 days later. How did I do it? And how can you do it for your case? That's the information that's coming up in this video, and you'll see that next. What's up, everybody? If you don't know me, my name is Josh Goldstein. I'm an immigration lawyer in Los Angeles, California, and I help people across the country and around the world with immigration cases. I'm particularly interested in helping people whose cases have been delayed. And the issue right now that I'm dealing with most are delays that are happening at consulates. Maybe you went to an interview for a consulate. Maybe your loved one did. The visa should have been issued, but instead of being issued and approved, you were told that the visa is stuck in administrative processing. Administrative processing is the issue that I solve. And I do it by filing mandamus lawsuits. I sue consulates. That's what I do. I get up every morning, I go to work, I sue consulates all day long, and then I go home. And that's the technique that I use to get visas out of administrative processing and to get visas approved. But today, the question I'm going to answer is, how did I get a visa issued in 9 days? And how can you do it for your case as well? That's what we're going to talk about here. This is very valuable information. I hope you appreciate that. If you do, please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. If you have questions, put your comments below and I will do my best to answer them and to help you out. And by all means, if you share this video with your friends, I will be incredibly grateful because I think it's valuable information. So 9 days, that's all it took. And how did I do it? Well, I like to think that the reason I was able to get the visa issued in 9 days is because I am a brilliant legal genius. And it was my amazing legal work that led the consulate to issue the visa in 9 days. I like to think that this is true, but actually, I think credit goes, well, I think a little bit of it was luck, but I think a lot of the credit goes to this weird thing that my client did. And I think that's what got it unstuck. Here's what happened. So he hired me to file a mandamus lawsuit. As soon as he hired me, I filed the mandamus lawsuit immediately. I sent him a copy of the case number for the lawsuit, and I sent him a copy of the actual lawsuit complaint that I filed for his records. This is my standard procedure for all cases. And then he asked me, he said, Josh, is it okay if I send a copy of the lawsuit to the consulate? And I said, well, that's not really the way it works, because once you sue the consulate, there's a formal legal procedure to notify the consulate and the other defendants in the lawsuit that they have been sued. So I said, I guess you could email them and let them know you sued. It wouldn't hurt, but it's not really what we do. It's not really what my normal practice is. So he emailed the consulate and he said, you know how when you email the consulate, you usually get a meaningless response. You ask them for a status update and they tell you that you're in administrative processing. It's very, very frustrating. But in this case, he emailed the consulate and said, I just want to let you know that I've filed a mandamus lawsuit. Attached is a copy of the complaint. So we're headed for litigation about this delay. He wasn't rude about it. He wasn't threatening them, but he just notified them that he was suing. And then at this point, the consulate responded and they said that they rejected service of process through that method. Or they gave him some technical answer to say that it didn't constitute service of the lawsuit, which is a technical legal point. And that's true. But nevertheless, at that point, the consulate became aware that they were being sued, and they took action and they issued the visa in 9 days, 9 days after that. Normally with my other cases, even the fastest cases I've had have taken a month or two because it takes a while for the consulate to formally be aware that they're being sued. So what I recommend that you do, again, This whole strategy hinges on the fact that you've filed a lawsuit. You've already filed a mandamus lawsuit. So this information would be very helpful for someone who has already filed a mandamus lawsuit. If you've hired me and we have a case, send an email over to the consulate and don't be rude about it, but just say, I just want to let you know, put you on notice that we filed a lawsuit in this case. Here's a copy of the complaint. Here's the case number. Again, this is totally extra legal. It's not the normal process that you need to go through for a lawsuit. There's no legal requirement to do it. It's totally optional. But I think it's another way of just flagging the case and trying to get someone's attention. Because once you put the consulate on notice that they're being sued, and you do that by email, who knows what happens? Maybe they email their boss, and maybe the boss emails her boss, and it goes on up to the biggest bosses. And then, what you're trying to do is you're trying to get their attention. You're trying to wave to them and say, hey, pay attention to my case. This is important. There's something urgent going on. I need you to take action. By emailing them, notifying them by email that you've sued them, I think you're going that extra step. That's what I think you should do. I have other tips and suggestions for what you can do to get visas approved, but this is the process that I use to get a visa issued in 9 days. And I want to know what you think about this. Do you think that this would help your case? Have you tried something like this? Has it worked? Has it not worked? Let me know in the comments below. I'd be very curious to see your opinions. I'm determined to help everybody get their visas. If you have questions or need help, please, please, please get in touch with me, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you so much.